welcome back to some stupid shit that I thought it'd be pretty fun. I want to Nuzlocke Pokemon Violet using only ducks. Why ducks, you ask? Shut up. But are there even enough duck Pokemon to do this? Yeah, pretty much. So gather round, my little ducklings. I'm Hades on holiday, and this is the Ducklock. So the general rules of a Nuzlocke are very simple. If a Pokemon faints, that adorable little bastard is dead forever. I mean, they went to live upstate on a farm. But our Ducklock will have a twist. This will be an elimination-style Nuzlocke. Instead of getting one new Pokemon per route like usual, I will start with my full team of 6, and that's it. Partially because I could only think of 6 Pokemon that fit the bill. God, I hope you like duck puns. And these 6 brave, arguably ducks, will have to be strong enough to take us through all 8 gym leaders, the Elite Four, the champion, and the blood god herself. And if we lose all of our ducks, that's game over. So buckle up, Butter Duck. It's time for Pokemon Duck version. If you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Also, crazy unrelated trivia. Did you know that YouTube has this fun little animation whenever you subscribe? I mean, it looks pretty cool. I'm super close to 5K, so I'd really appreciate it. Maybe leave a comment below about what other challenges you'd like to see me do. Also, come check out my Twitch where I do all the streaming that ends up in these videos. All right, that's all the self-promo I've got for now. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's time to assemble the ducks. No choice about it. We're picking Quaxley. This duck is fucking serving. It may seem quiet. It doesn't. It seems judgmental. He's my son and I love him. We needed a legally distinct name, so we called him Thwack. We meet our bestest friend who sure does stare at us a lot, and Thwack takes her out no problem. After some more Nemona stares and listening intently to dialogue, it's time to assemble the rest of the ducks. Introducing Puddles the Lotad, Duck Norris the Duckling, Flair the Magby, the Quacken, and finally, who could forget, Quackers. Adorable little duck and known war criminal. These 6 ducks are all that stands between us and utter defeat. And so begins our Ducklock. All right, I'm gonna start talking normal now. Now, before anybody tries to duck-splain anything, yes, of course, these are all ducks. If they aren't ducks, then why duck bills? If they're not ducks, then why shaped like duck? Your Honor, I rest my case. Now, since most of our ducks are DLC ducks, I had them imported. So quick shout out to Hulk and Psyduck and Call Me Ohio in the chat for ethically sourcing our ducks for wartime purposes. And with the team fully assembled, we could finally play the game. So we start up by beating some kids up and shaking them down for money. Don't judge me, you're not better than me. And since it's been 5 minutes, Nemona does thirst for blood once more. So it's time for our next rival battle. Sadly, this does mean I need to beat up this adorable little bastard. I close my eyes and Thwack does what he has to do. I'm so sorry, my little baby boy. Okay. All right, let's never think about that again until we have to do it over and over whenever we fight Nemona. Now, Nemona's next Pokemon highlights the biggest challenge we're gonna face in this Ducklock. We are poorly balanced, and electricity is kind of a big problem for us. So Flair steps up to the plate, and while he hits hard, off-brand Pikachu gets a paralysis and we lose a turn. After potioning up, Flair finally finishes the fight, calming the bloodlust of Nemona. For now. This battle foreshadows the shape of our Ducklock. I'm gonna need to play creatively to get around our team's small to massive weaknesses. But hey, no pressure, right? But regardless, we waddle on. And along the way, we meet our other best friend, Penny, embroiled in conflict. Don't hurt her, even though she kind of started this situation. The more I think, I'm not here to critique the plot of Pokemon. I am not here to critique. The Team Star storyline falls very short for me. None of this bullying situation really makes sense because they become, not gonna think about it. We're just gonna fight this Team Star member because this is a scripted sequence. We're gonna get Penny as a friend, and then we're not gonna worry about the plot of Pokemon. All right, look at me, big hero in campus. That's great. Can I leave? Not until you sit down and finish your unskippable cutscenes, yum yum yum. Please get me out of here. After a while, we're finally released out into the playable game. So we mount up on our robot dragon with Tamagotchis for eyes, and we jet fart our way to glory. And we've already got all of our ducks in a row, so there's nothing left to do but begin our gym leader gauntlet. We leave a wake of destruction and feathers in our path as we make our way towards the first gym. And Puddles immediately evolves into an awkward teen, and naturally stops respecting me. We pull up to Cortondo and it's time for our first gym trial. Brute forcing a baby puzzle made for babies. Oh, this is hard work. With our basic spatial awareness proven, it was time to go face to face with the sugar bug herself, Katie. Now, I'm not too worried about fighting Katie because, well, she's Katie. But rule number 1 in Nuzlocking is don't get greedy. So out comes Flair with a rolled up newspaper in hand, dropping Katie's team like flies. This is actually going pretty quick. You know, I do have to commentate on it as if it's high stakes, but this may very well not be high stakes. But you never know. Despite my best efforts to add drama to this fight, Duck Norris comes in hot with a finishing move against Katie's bugbear, securing us our first badge. Hey, maybe this won't be so bad after all. Why haven't you edited past this? What does that text say? Anyway, we head off towards Artisan for our second gym battle. Now, Brassius is a grass gym leader and weird. Ugh. But I'm not worried about his grass types. I'm worried about this thing. Sudowoodo is a rock type that terrestrializes grass. And my only two little ducks that are good against grass are weak to rock. So my strat is to hit him as hard as humanly Oh no. Oh, double crap. Okay, quick pivot. I need to release the Quacken and get it paralyzed. Okay, apparently those can miss now. How long's that been going on? Oh. Alright, well I don't have a better strategy right now, so I potion up on the Quacken. I go for a Thunder Wave and RNGesus blesses us with 2 skip turns. And somehow I manage to snatch a victory out of the bill of defeat, securing us our second gym badge. But don't get comfortable yet, because the next one's going to be harder. But along the way, something insane happened. I casually walked past and missed a shiny Makuhita. To make matters more embarrassing, I thought the Growlithe might have been shiny. I always see Growlithe and I'm like, is that a shiny? Is that a shiny Growlithe? And I just straight up don't know. I just walked by shiny Makuhita. Oh no. Oh, is it gone? Is it gone already? Oh no. Oh no. But then I shit you not, my luck doubled down. Okay, so how can it's kind of got a duck-shaped face. It's a little duck shape. Ampharos is arguably a duck. They're similar to a duck, right? Literally 5 seconds after I was saying we're probably not gonna get another shiny, the most obvious shiny that I could have possibly walked past. I have to say the duck lock has duck luck, and the duck gods smile on this honorary duck. This would be a sheep to the untrained eye, but if you look close enough, look closer. Look closer. There, right there. It's a duck. It's a duck. Did you not see it? It's like it's been so obvious from the beginning. Duck, actually. Wow, there it is. Look at them. And while at this moment I'm not desperate enough to shoehorn them onto the team with that logic, we'll see how this goes. Because we have the hardest match yet on the horizon. Iono. Taking on this vicious Uwu VTuber is gonna present the toughest matchup of the Ducklock so far. So lean forward in your chairs, everybody, because we are gonna have to get sweaty on this one. Okay, so the team needs to be in ship shape, so we evolve Thwack into a duck in 5th position. Are you seeing this? Cause I can't look away from his jiggly head. It's hypnotic. And Shining Gundam in the chat helps me evolve the Quacken into Porygon 2, who is going to have everything to do with this fight. I then dabble in some light sequence breaking to get some key TMs for later, but more importantly, traveling to the other side of the goddamn globe to get Wakan berries. Those little guys that look like baby binkies. But these ain't your run-of-the-mill itty-bitty baby binkies. They reduce super effective electric hits by half. And for the final piece of my sweaty try-hard puzzle, it's the Eviolite item, which boosts the defenses of an unevolved Pokemon, giving the Quacken a metric duck ton of defense. And if all of that doesn't work, well, then we're boned. That's all I have planned. So with the ducks in peak condition, we head to Levincia City, where our murderous best friend lay in wait. Okay, crap. All right, crap. I forgot you were here. I forgot I had to deal with you, Nimona, frankly, but it's great to see you and your constant lust for blood. So blood for the blood god and ducks for the duck throne. It's time for another rival battle. And the Quacken freaking dominated. The sheer bulk of this duck is insane. Every attack rolled off like water off a duck's back, and the Quacken was able to claim a flawless victory. But as I received the customary clasped hand stares of Nimona, I couldn't help but wonder, would our luck hold out? Well, let's find out. Everybody, let's enter the Iono zone. I open up with Flare, hoping to do as much damage as possible so that I can save the Quacken for the real threats. And this little baby dinosaur duck delivers. Hell yes, let's keep this gravy train running. Well, goose crap. So I have to release the Quacken a little early, and Bellybolt gets lucky with the para. But I've got my secret weapon, Conversion. This changes the Quacken to an electric type, meaning all of Iono's strongest moves aren't very effective. But this weird looking guy isn't going down easy. So I casually slip the Quacken some performance-enhancing vitamins, and Bellybolt goes down. Next up, we take out our Luxio, and it's time for the final threat. An adorable little witch ghost with a light bulb for a hat. She immediately confuses us, but the Quacken presses on, and blow by blow, inch by inch, we slowly wear each other down. With no safe switches, I'm forced to continue to stall. And after a long fight, the Quacken finally prevails, claiming victory for all duck kind. The Moe monstrosity has been defeated. And only 5 more to go. That'll probably be fine. So off we ride on the farts of a robot motorcycle dragon in search of the 4th gym badge. Along the way, Flare evolves. Just in time for the water guy. We evolve him a second time just for good measure, and it's off to Cascarafa. And after a monumental waste of my time, I can enter the gym now, where we meet Rika, and I only panic a little bit. Hassel, could you move to the side a little bit? I'm having trouble understanding what's going on with my brain. Kiddo, I'll get used to that. A few deep breaths later, we take it outside to battle Kofu for our 4th gym badge. And I've got a little secret weapon, Duck Norris, who's rocking a grass-type move called Trailblaze. So let's make some fillet of fish. Let's get a Trailblaze. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is Duck Norris weak? Is Duck Norris a weak little guy? Every time I've counted on Duck Norris, I feel like I've been let down. Let's get a roost in. Let's see how this goes. Etch and sketch old Duck Norris slash. All right, that's a crit, huh? All right, release the Quacken. The Quacken freaking carries. Also, Puddles comes in clutch against Wug Trio before the Quacken descends once more to take out Kofu's big gross Muppet Crab, securing our 4th gym badge. Kinda thought that was gonna happen, but as always, something came out of nowhere to stress me out. But our next badge won't be so easy. We head to Medali where one of the game's hardest fights awaits us, against working class sex symbol, Larry. And we're far from ready for this fight, so let's get a montage in. All right, Quackers evolves to their final form, and yes, their moment is coming. And Puddles puts on a sombrero, so I guess he's ready. And speaking of hat tricks, Duck Norris reaches their final form as well. I assure you, this is not a swan with breasts, it is a duck with breasts. So let's just put that to rest. The duck lock can continue. Through the power of smuggling, we get an ability patch so that Flack can get their hidden ability, Moxie, which will be critical in the upcoming Larry fight. We're smuggling right now. It's a smuggling operation that we're doing, and there's nothing wrong with smuggling in this context. It's okay to smuggle when it's the duck lock. That's in the rules. And to top off this insane round of evolutions, Flack 2 reaches his final form. All right, everybody, I need you to join me. Let's just get it out of the way. Look at how thick this duck is, all right? Stare if you must, so that you can get it out of your systems. Look at their hand gestures, look at their sassy little half-lidded stare. Just take your moment, get it out of your system. That's a thick duck. Not gonna be weird unless you make it weird. Now we can move on. And with that, the entire team was at their final forms. The Quacken will not be evolving again. They're a perfect little baby just the way they are. And I will never change their insane defenses. Which means the team is ready for the big time. I step into the gym building where Nimona lie and wait to politely threaten us. Hey, how's it going? It's me, your rival. Do you wanna fight? You wanna fucking fight? Look at me in the eyes. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? The blood boiling in your veins? I wanna release that blood onto the world. Friendship, violence, battle, blood. Then back to friendship. That's the flow chart, all right? Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. You, me, let's freaking battle. Okay, and with nothing left to do, we set out for combat, making an entire restaurant of people disappear mysteriously, never to be seen again. They're probably fine, which means it's time to face down the typical typhoon, the average Avenger, the casual cataclysm, Larry. So Larry's team is not to be trifled with, and they will steamroll you if given the chance. So we're not gonna give him the chance. Out comes Flack, whom I've taught bulk up, bolstering his attack and defense. He takes a slam like a freaking champ, so I go for a second bulk up, and his sleepy drop bear goes for a yawn attack. But a case of the sleepies ain't gonna stop Flack, so I go straight for the aqua step, which frankly looks fierce as fuck. And it takes out Kamala, bringing our speed up. Also because of our Moxie ability, every time Flack knocks a Pokemon out, their attack goes up. Kamala's yawn does its work and Flack goes to sleep. But Flack slams a Chesto Berry like a 5-hour energy at finals. He's ready to sweep. Larry then sends out his Dunsparce, who has an annoying amount of tricks up their sleeves despite a lack of sleeves or arms. I'm drifting from the point. Flack is able to terrastalize and take them out in one shot. Then his ace, the emo bird, descends, whose Intimidate lowers our attack stat by 1 stage. And this thing hits harder than the fans' disappointment in the final season of Game of Thrones. So I put everything into a final all-out attack. Come on! Come on, by the power of the thick duck's magical bachata slide! Yes! I'm so sorry to my neighbors, but we've done it. Oh my god. We've defeated Larry, everybody. Praise the duck. With the 5th gym badge in tow, I found Nimona foaming at the mouth on the sidelines, ready for combat. But our ducks have never been stronger, and we take her out much to her excitement. On the way towards the next gym, I can't help but marvel at how far our ducks have come. It seems like only 12 to 13 minutes of edited time ago, we were just assembling the ducks for the first time. I was starting to think that we could actually do this. That this ragtag team of poorly balanced ducks could actually see their way all the way to the top. But tragedy struck in the form of a big, stupid, ugly crab. Oh crap. Oh no! All that progress to simply perish on some optional fight with a random hiker. Flack deserved better than this. But no one knew better than Flack that we live by the duck and we die by the duck. And so too do we make confusing metaphors that don't necessarily go anywhere by the duck. So we can't quit now. He would want us to press forward, to go all the way to the top while dancing in weird, hip, gyrating ways. And so Thwack lives on in the halls of his ancestors. Not before we kill that crab, though. And we ride to the Montanavera gym with this annoying character. And we pass our gym test, watching Rhyme roast the hell out of this poor kid. He raps about being a cashier. I don't think you need to, I think that's enough. And then it's time to fight for our 6th gym badge. All right, everybody, we're taking on Rhyme. Double... Is it still happening? So out come Duck Norris and the Quacken, ready for victory. And my strategy is simple. Duck Norris makes use of the move Feather Dance to make Rhyme's Pokemon too weak to fight back, as the Quacken rains down Thunderbolts. And it works perfectly. Mimikyu is essentially a squeaky hammer at this point, so I can focus on only one of her Pokemon. Flare comes in to do some demolition, but he takes heavy damage from Houndstone, but not without leaving it with a burn. Puddles comes in and tanks all the hits like a champ. He takes out Mimikyu while Houndstone is on his Phantom Force bullshit. And Rhyme brings in her final Pokemon as a bunch of ghost puppies dance, which frankly, I'm not mad about the last part. DJ G-Rave is freaking darling. The team manages to take out Houndstone, but Puddles gets knocked to death's door. I get a Giga Drain off, but I'm not sure if I can survive another hit, and I have no other safe switches. But in a stroke of amazing luck, the Quacken manages to paralyze her Toxicity because it's no longer an electric type, meaning Puddles outspeeds and we claim victory against Rhyme and her adorable dancing puppies. I almost see a thick duck in the sky smiling down at us this day. With only 3 badges left to get, we paddle our little webbed feet forward, but not without complaining. Back in my day, you got stuck in caves. The cave was like, no, we're doing this on my terms. You don't know the way out. There's a bunch of very frustrating puzzles about pushing rocks or sliding on ice, and you're not gonna get out of this cave until I say it's time. And I just feel like kids these days don't understand. Then the trainers also like wouldn't let you leave. They'd be like, oh, we looked each other in the eye, and I'm afraid of intimacy, so we need to fight. But now, you can just scoot on past them. These guys are woke. They're not afraid of intimacy. They know how to love free and wild and vulnerably. So, I don't know. I just think we should go back to the old ways. Thank you so much for coming to my segment of the show where I complain about stuff that doesn't really matter that it changed. Having complained our way all the way to Alfornada, I approached the gym building. But Nimona hopped out of a corner having tracked our movements and challenged us to another rival battle. And Nimona came to frickin' play. Immediately, she gets big damage off on Quackers and a flinch to boot. So, cool. Puddles comes in to finish the job, but Quackers is hurt. The Quacken wears down her Sliggoo, but out comes her Punch Pikachu. So I send out Duck Norris. And you might say, isn't that like a really bad idea? Damn right it is. What electric rodent could resist punching a swan? This was my trap. Through the powers of crystals and science and stuff, I was able to terrestrialize Duck Norris into a ground type, meaning Poppy ain't got Duck Diddley to fight us with, and Duck Norris takes him down. But then out comes Skeledirge. And with Quackers injured and Duck Norris currently a ground type, I bring in the Quacken hoping to wear them down. But you don't wear Skeledirge down, they wear you down. With every torch song it uses, its special attack goes up, bringing us closer and closer to one-shot territory. I bring in Flare to try to stop it from setting up by using Smokescreen. And while we get a couple misses, Flare isn't able to do enough damage to take it down. And he ends up having to make the ultimate sacrifice so that Quackers can come in and finish the job. God damn it. Stop staring, Nimona. I'm mourning. You're making it weird, all right? Flare goes to the halls of his Duckcestors, leaving us with only 4 ducks left. But will that be enough? As if I wasn't depressed enough, I have to sit through the dumbest part of this entire game, which is just dancing with Metacham. Just dancing with, yeah, you're angry. Ooh, you're surprised. What's happening? You have like 10 seconds to press a single button. What are we testing, my patience? But dancing Metacham will not break me. We pass because, of course we do. And so with 4 remaining ducks by my side, I challenge Tulip. And miraculously, through some insane luck, foul play, and Shadow Ball, the Quacken is able to single-beakedly take out Tulip's entire team, meaning all that now stands between us and the Pokemon League was Grusha. But having lost my only 2 ducks that are good against ice, I was gonna have to go maximum shenanigans to get this win. So let's get shenaniganing. All right, if I'm gonna pull this off, I gotta take out Frostmoth first. I bring in the Quacken hoping to outlast and overpower it, and we narrowly avoid catastrophe. I can handle blizzards, yeah. I'm frozen. I thought out! Holy crap! Holy crap! Nothing could stop the power of the Quacken. Oh my god, that was I have never experienced such a quick swap of emotions in my life. Next up, he sends in his crotch bear. And this is where I can begin my all-out duck crazy strategy. Duck Norris comes in and uses Feather Dance 3 times to make Beartic hit as weak as possible. This lets Quackers come in and set up for the sweep. We kick it off with a substitute because if Beartic gets a critical hit, he could still one-shot Quackers. And the little plush holds up. So I proceed to use Calm Mind 6 freaking times, meaning Quackers now hits with the force of 1,000 ducks. And they absolutely decimate the rest of Grush's team. This maneuver would come to be known as the Quackers Gambit, and it may just be our ticket all the way to the top. And the Pokemon League is next. So I just go there. There's no victory road, I can just walk. But the real Duck Souls starts here, everybody. These are gonna be some of the hardest fights that our ducks have gone through. But what our ducks lack in balance and stats, they make up for in raw duck tenacity. And we have not clawed and pecked our way through every gym leader to give up now. And I've decided that we're gonna do this with absolutely no potions. And so we enter with the wind at our tail feathers. And Rika asks the hard-hitting questions like how we got here. And so the gauntlet begins in the first Elite Four battle against Rika. And with her ground-type Pokemon, my duck should have an advantage, but I can't get greedy. So I'm going for the new and improved Quacker's Gambit. I've taught the Quacken a little move called Eerie Impulse, which harshly lowers the opponent's special attack. So between Duck Norris and the Quacken, I should be able to set up on any kind of attacker. So once Quackers comes in, there's nothing that Whiscash can do to stop them. And now Quackers heals a little bit each turn with the leftovers item. So even though it costs HP to use Substitute, Quackers can just snack on his leftover Chana Masala, letting them stall while they set up. Fully set up, Quackers begins the sweep. Now this isn't a perfect strategy because Donphan has Sturdy, meaning they're able to tank the first hit and take out Quacker's Substitute. Now we're vulnerable to a fast physical attacker. Yeah, like that one. Crap. But through the miracle of bad AI, Dugtrio goes for Sandstorm, meaning Quackers can safely sweep the rest of Rika's team, defeating our first member of the Elite Four. But Poppy is gonna be a different story. Her bulky team of steel types is gonna make the Quackers Gambit a tightrope walk. I need to give this everything I've got. This is gonna be our toughest Elite Four challenge yet. And I know I said we were coming in here with 4 ducks, but there is a secret duck. In order to truly accomplish a duck-only Nuzlocke, one cannot simply be a trainer. One must become a duck themselves. I stand here today, the 5th duck, ready to defeat Poppy. This is gonna be difficult for my visibility. Is this a good bit? Because I'm sticking with it. Let's fucking fight Poppy. With all the ducks assembled, we begin our battle. She opens up with Caparaja, and Duck Norris does what Duck Norris always does. Throws feathers at him until they can't punch good. But because Caparaja's a physical attacker, Quackers can't stall for quite as long. So by the time Quackers is set up, they can't take any big hits. Just in time for the biggest obstacle of her team to show up. Magnezone. Also with the Sturdy ability, it could break my Substitute, leaving the next physical attacker an opening to end Quackers. And luckily it decides to go for the light screen, meaning Quackers is safe to continue their sweep. We just have to hope that the light screen won't be enough to defend her team from the Duckmageddon that is Quackers, who manages to one-hit KO her next 2 Pokemon. And out comes Poppy's Ace, who tanks one of Quackers' attacks. But luckily we still have our Substitute, so Quackers is able to clinch the win by the skin of his little webbed feet. That's 2 Elite Four members that have fallen to the Quackers Gambit. And speaking of which, we take out the last 2 Elite Four members with the same strategy, short of a couple close calls, like a critical hyper voice piercing through our Substitute from Noivern. That was pretty spicy. But when the dust settled, we had defeated each member of the Elite Four solely with the power of ducks, meaning the time had come to scale the mountaintop and challenge champion and jellyfish human hybrid, Geeta. I've been dreading the Geeta fight because we can't pull our usual bullshit, because her lead Pokemon Espathra copies any stat changes we increase. Yeah. Just like that. I try to lower her special attack with an Eerie Impulse, but her Lumina Crash lowers my special defense 2 stages as well. Not really an even trade. I decide to go for the Shadow Ball, knowing that if it doesn't kill, I'm in serious trouble. Come on, take it down, take it down! Yes! Holy crap, that would have been so bad. Holy crap, the power of the Quacken is real. I bring in Duck Norris against her Avalanche, and I begin to Feather Dance it down, and while it makes its regular attacks weak, this flat bastard has Body Press, which bases its damage off defense apparently, meaning no amount of Feather Dancing will give Quackers the opportunity to set up. So with no better way out, I stall with Roost, and when the AI chooses Avalanche, I take my opportunity to Air Slash. And just as I run out of Roosts, I give this glacier a sweet dose of global warming. Then comes Geeta's biggest threat, King Gambit. Gambit. Knowing this Yakuza boss has insane attack, I terrestrialize Duck Norris ground type. That way I can eat a stone edge and feather dance it down. I completely minimize its attack, and then I send out Quackers to do their own Gambit. But this thing still hits pretty hard though. One sub goes down after 2 hits, so Quackers can only set up bit by bit as their HP slowly drains. Narrowly avoiding death by crit twice. I go for one last substitute. And with 5 Calm Minds, Quackers begins their sweep, taking out King Gambit, and manages to outspeed and one-shot her Go-Goat. But Veluza's a different story. This thing resists every attack I have, but its Aqua Jet attack can't break my substitute. Weird choice, but I'll take it. Her Devilfish goes down, leaving only Glamora left. But with the force of all that we've gone through, Quackers uses Surf again. Yes, we one-shot Glamora. Guys, we have defeated, I can't even words. That's it, everybody. We have beaten Pokemon Violet. We have defeated Gita. We have beaten the entirety of the Pokemon League. Ducklock has been won. Oh. Sigh. Hold on, wait, yeah, it's not freaking over. We gotta beat Nemona. Give me a minute, I can rally. Okay, Nemona, give me 10 minutes in a juice box, please. I just need a minute. Can you and me beat the crap out of each other over and over again? And then we sleep, and then we beat up each other again, and we rest a little bit more. Sometimes we don't rest, but then we just beat each other up again. We just continue to beat each other again, over and over again. Blood for the blood god, violence for violence, and friendship for friendship's sake. Yes, Nemona, let's be best friends and beat the shit out of each other ad nauseum. And so Nemona and I enter our final battle, and we beat the ever-loving crap out of her with the same broken strategy I rampaged my way through the Elite Four with, officially bringing a close to our duck-only Nuzlocke. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me on this bonkers journey. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this, and let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to see me try. Check out the Twitch, we have a blast over there. Check out the VOD channel, there's so much I had to edit out of this video, so the whole adventure is up there now. And until next time, quack on, you crazy ducks.